people have the whole debate and fight about, who's supposed to get fed first. Um,
Oh my goodness, that's a good one.
Me personally, I feel like any great man wouldn't want to eat before his children are eating because those are his children. Or
Yeah,
he's just a good man. He wouldn't want to eat in front of hungry children. Me personally, I make everybody play at the same time. It's not about who
yeah,
make his plate, and the kids are just sitting there waiting to eat, looking at me like, "Oh, feed me," and I'm just over here like
right.
he's just eating like a king at the table. Any great man, it's like you don't need to prove anything to these children to feel like a man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make your plate. That's
that
how
would be a red flag for me.
That's like for me too. I don't know what I think it's deep. I think there's some context that's this debate. I think people are trying to make a point, but the point is getting missed because you are literally saying what they're trying to say is you should put your husband before your children. But when you think about food, you think about nurturing. You think about that's how you nurture and provide for your children who are the
Yeah,
vulnerable. They can't even make their plate if they wanted
yeah,
to. They can't
remember?
feed themselves correctly. And as a two capable adults, you're basically saying, okay, let them fend for themselves. While I, as a man, as a grown man, who I look at men like they can take a lot, right? And maybe that's not fair to
They
do.
can take a lot.
They could take a lot.
Mhm.
I feel like men can take a lot. They'll rather starve and let the kids and the mother's gonna starve before she let her kids starve, right?
Yeah,
So there's like a hierarchy thing, right? So you feed the most vulnerable if the man can take a lot of hits. If he can hold off 5 minutes before his
yeah,
food is made, I don't see what the big deal
yeah.
is. I think that's so weird to me. How do you feel about the plate thing? Because
I think it's a very dated, old example, and I get it. People use it because the man was the sole provider,
mhm,
and it was important that after working so long that he ate. He was tired. You
yeah,
know, the mom has been home all day with the kids. They've had breakfast, they've had lunch, they've had snacks. Think about back in the day when, you know, traditional Black women would have those domestic roles,
mhm,
baking cakes and cookies and tea cakes. So those kids would be able to snack all day. So,
right,
yeah, back in the day, you would have his food waiting. He's been out there all day putting up with racism, protests, being attacked by racists, all kind of crazy stuff that Black men used to go through.
yeah.
So that absolutely in that scenario, yeah, you want to feed him. You want him to feel love and nourished when he comes in. It's been really tough.
Yeah.
But they're not out here fighting no damn battles today. They're
No,
not out here fighting no battles.
we all out here fighting battles at that point, and the kids are fighting battles
Yeah.
at school. Like everybody hungry, everybody ready to eat, everybody ready to eat. Go
Yeah.
eat. Like
And Paul made a very good example. Yes, he would. So it's supposed to be a family thing.
women
Like
make the
my
kids.
husband, I cook. I don't like them in the kitchen, but when it's time, he's gonna come in and start grabbing plates. But I have my stepson feed the dog. So we're all everybody's serving each other. Does that make sense?
I love
Nobody's sitting
that.
there waiting to be served because we're all tithing to each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
And see, that's the part that people are not. They're getting too caught up on. Man, it's supposed to. I think that I think that the context is more so putting your marriage before your kids. What do you feel about that? Because I feel like a lot of men. That's why they are turned off from marrying women with kids, or the divorce rate, or the wife not paying attention to her husband anymore. She's fully putting herself into the kids and investing herself into the kids and forgetting about her marriage. What
Well,
would you say about that?
women don't do that for nothing.
Mm,
Women don't do that for nothing.
okay.
But let me back up. Most women don't. Most don't. Um, I think your mate should come before your kids. But that's why it's important to have kids with the person you marry because that child is both of y'all's first love.
Yeah.
Both of you have a shared emotional attachment. It's not a hierarchy.
Mhm.
Your love for your child is not superior to your husband's.
Yeah.
It came from both of you. And in a marriage, you both do what it takes and you both prioritize each other. But now in the world that we live in, that's hard because we're out of order.
Yeah, I'm out of order.
We all have been, right? We're out of order, but we're expecting people to operate by traditional bylaws and rules.
Hmm.
You can't reap the benefits of being in order if you're out of order.
Oh, so what advice would you have for women who are looking for marriage with kids?
Understand what marriage is. Forsake all others. That doesn't mean forsake your child. Know that y'all become one. Your kid can't play y'all against each other.
Mm,
The final no is a no.
mm,
We work together in this house in front of these kids. Any disagreements will be behind the scenes. We will have a united front. You will not disrespect my husband. I told my stepson that before, and I'm not his mother. This
wow.
summer, he came, he asked us for something. We told him no. He came upstairs, he called his mother. He came downstairs, he told my husband, my mom said that I can have blah, blah, blah. And I said, that's fine in your mother's home, but you're in my home. So your mother's rules don't apply here. My husband called her. They have a very good co parenting relationship. She said, I didn't tell him that.
Mm.
He lied.
Ooh.
I punished him. And I said, do you know why I'm punishing you? He said, because I called my mom. I said, no, because you lied to my husband.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm glad you caught that when you said, you know why I'm punishing you," because
Yeah.
I was a step kid, and we can process things very differently than what
Mm-hmm.
the truth is.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you clarified that with him because he would have went back. I got punished for calling my mom.
No,
That,
I said, because you lied to my husband. I didn't say your dad. I wanted to make a clear distinction. My husband.
mm,
That's it. So that's probably an example of I can give or of what I can give, forsaking all others, how to prioritize your mate
mm.
over your child's needs.